Hello, and welcome to the Telescope Show. We laugh, we discover God, and we totally nerd out. My name is Matthew Seipel Anderson. Welcome to the show once again.
And I am Katie Seipel Anderson, and welcome.
Well, today we're talking about Twin Cities Convention and a few other things. So,
one of the other things is Willow. Just want to remind everyone that Willow is coming up on November 30th on Disney+. And did you know that it's not a direct sequel to the 1980s Willow?
I did not know that.
It takes place in the same world and will include a lot of the same characters, but it's not like a direct sequel.
That's actually kind of cool. Willow was such a classic.
It'd be hard to do a sequel.
Hard to do a sequel, but it's totally believable that there could be some new adventures for Willow.
Speaking of new adventures for Willow, did you know that there is an app available for download on iOS and Android that is called Pocket Warwick? According to warwickdavis.co.uk, Pocket Warwick is a kind of a fusion of the old 90s electronic pets, Tamagotchi, The Sims, and me. He lives inside your non-specific electronic handheld device. You have to make sure he's entertained, fed, educated, and washed, as well as managing his career.
I need this app!
We all need more apps, right? More things to take care of.
Okay, show me that picture that you're looking at. It is a cartoon with a realistic-looking Warwick face on it. That is hilarious. That's amazing. What a brilliant entrepreneur he is.
I love it.
Well, Katie, did you know that Black Panther Wakanda Forever released just a few days ago?
I knew that.
But did you know that it has brought in $180 million so far?
I did not know that. It's doing pretty well then, huh?
Yeah, it's rocking it. It's rocking it. It's got an 85% fresh score at RottenTomatoes.com.
It's pretty fresh.
Oh, yeah. Positive reviewers call it an emotional tribute that satisfyingly moves the franchise forward. Believe it or not, there are a few negative comments.
Well, I believe it because there's that 15%.
The negative reviewers complain about the long runtime of the film, and they complain that it's just another Marvel flick.
Of course it's another Marvel flick. It's a Marvel movie.
Right on. And that's what we want. We want another Marvel flick. It's about time.
I mean, the naysayers, if it wasn't, would have been like, it's not Marvel enough. Just like they were like, Andor isn't Star Wars enough.
Right.
I mean, you can't please everyone.
Go watch Black Adam if you don't want to watch another Marvel flick. That's the newest DC film. Featuring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Hey, how come we haven't seen that one?
Because we haven't seen anything.
Well, truth.
We've been at Twin Cities Con.
Yeah, so, speaking of Twin Cities Con, tell me about it. Just kind of how was it in general? What's your general
The general feel,
of it?
It was very fun. Very fun to see all the cosplayers, all the energy. It was well attended. It was a little overwhelming because it was 3 days, 3 full days, and it was me and a giant cardboard cutout of an astronaut at manning the table. So it was a little tiring, like my voice was literally aching when I would lay in bed at night from talking to people all day, but overall great experience.
Did you get to meet anyone famous? Did
Well,
you and Samwise Gamgee become besties or something?
Well, I had a little photo opportunity that I took advantage of. I might have been like 100 yards away and zoomed in with my iPhone, and maybe you can't really tell who it is in the photo, but I know that it is Sean Astin. And I also got a picture of Elijah Wood from equally far away.
Yeah. When you sent me that picture, I'm like, who is this?
I was in the same room with Hollywood Gold.
Wow.
There was a cool moment where Sean Astin came out from his little booth, because they have these booths and the people line up, and there are the handlers who tell who can go in next, and you get to say hi and you get your stuff signed. Anyway, there was a moment where Sean Astin came out and he talked to the crowd, and I think he made some comment about thanks for waiting, you're going to make it, or something like that, because the line was super long and everybody just cheered and got super pumped. And I just thought, that's really cool that he came out and had that little interaction with the fans.
So would you say that was your favorite part? Or do you have another favorite part?
My favorite part was probably getting to meet some of you, the listeners. A few of you stopped by. So that was really awesome to get to meet some of you in person. And another favorite part, if that's fair to say, like a maybe close second, was getting to do a panel discussion, which I guess was more of just a teaching because it was just me. But anyway, I got to do like a breakout session about podcasting for beginning podcasters.
Yeah, I'd say meeting the fans is definitely the better of the two.
Yeah, the panel was a little stressful. I've never done a panel like that before, but it was still, it was a cool experience.
So if you are thinking of starting your own podcast, Matt has information for you all ready to go. So feel free to reach out.
Yeah, reach out. Shoot me an email. The Telescope at iCloud.com.
So what was the funniest thing? What was the thing that made you chuckle or gut laugh?
The funniest thing was probably hanging out with Patrick. He has a comic strip called Freaks and Squeaks. With the word freaks, you might think, what's the rating on that comic? But it's actually a completely age-appropriate, for all ages comic. Very fun, very funny. And he was a hilarious guy to sit next to for a whole weekend.
What was the craziest costume? I expected you to say something about a costume.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I was
cosplay. What kind of cosplay stuff did you see?
My mind didn't go in the same direction as yours, which is
What?
That
never happens.
That's why we're both here. Some of the anime characters were especially crazy. There were some costumes that I'm pretty sure the people couldn't see out of, so they were just walking around, just beauty over function. There was a character who had horse legs.
What?
Which they were stilts, and they had crafted them to look like horse legs. And I just said, "Those legs are awesome." And she looked over and she goes, "No, they're not." She was pretty uncomfortable and having to hold onto a friend's shoulder so she didn't fall over. So, but props to her for going for it.
I mean, if you don't try, you don't know.
I think the coolest costume was this guy who had a very large robot head. Imagine this big gray
robot head.
Yeah, big gray rectangular robot head complete with a bunch of LED lights, and his voice even had a robotical sound to it. So I asked him about this. I got a picture with him. I asked him about it. He showed me how he 3D printed the outside and then put all the LED lights in, and then on the inside, of course, there's a battery pack, all kinds of circuit boards and stuff. He had a microphone he had cut in half and put inside right by his mouth, and the microphone ran into several guitar pedals that were mounted inside the helmet that gave it a robotical sound. So it was...
Oh, I bet you asked him all about those guitar pedals.
Yes, I did. I mean, it was a work of art and a work of, technological prowess.
So, pictures?
Yeah, I'll be looking for some pictures on the Telescope Facebook page.
Ooh, can't wait. You might be able to see almost Samwise Gamgee.
I mean, I zoomed in 40x.
So is there a person or a group or a moment that really stood out to you?
Yeah, some of the funnest moments were being able to give people free stuff, because people love free stuff, right? So throughout the event, I was doing drawings and giving away books and things. And there was one book in particular that was recommended to me by my friend Eric at Mind's Eye Comics in Minneapolis. So check out Mind's Eye Comics. But he recommended this book called Crown. And here's what the back says. Our hair, black hair, has always been a superpower. So the front cover is this teenage African-American girl, and she's holding her hair, and it's got electricity going through it. And so I had this out, and I was getting people to sign up for a drawing for it, and this family comes over, an African-American family. They were instantly drawn to it, and they had a bunch of questions, and it was just so fun to see the look of excitement in their eyes. And I think especially because they had young kids, and so these kids are seeing someone who looked just like them as a superhero. And I thought that was so cool. And so I've been reflecting on that experience, and it's made me think how, number one, God calls us his children, which is like a new identity. You know, if you go from being like, I'm just another person in the crowd, to I could be a superhero, that's like an identity shift. And so for us as Christ followers, we get this identity shift as being children of God. And not just that, but then God actually gives us the job of going out and sharing his love with other people, and gives us the Holy Spirit to like empower us. And so God, you could say, almost sees us like superheroes, and he gives us that identity, and he believes in us. But that moment was really cool, and I've been thinking about it since the convention got over with.
So if you want more information on that comic and other comics, you can check out Mind's Eye Comics. Well, Matt, are there going to be any more Comic-Cons in your future?
There are, but we don't have any planned right now. As of right now, I need to focus on my goal of writing some of my own book before Christmas.
Christmas is just around the corner.
Yeah, so if you missed the episode where we interviewed author Chris Luparco, we talked also about my goal to write a book. And actually being at the convention really encouraged me in that. It was fun seeing the authors. The author community is kind of close. Like the authors all supported each other, and they had a bunch of breakouts on being an author. And it was fun watching people come to the author tables, because I had authors on my right and left. And it was fun watching them talk to people who were like book people and who really loved reading and stories. And it just made me want to have that.
So Christmas is like a little over a month away. Are you making decent progress, or do you need to step it up a notch?
Well, I've been, a little focused on. Let's
you know what? I'm not going to. Okay, we're a little defensive. Let's move on. We'll visit.
You know what?
Later.
I need to step it up a notch, but with the help and accountability that I'm getting here on this show right now in this moment, I feel like I've got a good chance.
Is your face getting a little red?
I think it's time to say goodbye for this episode. I can't handle the heat. Well, folks, thanks so much for listening today. Look for episodes on Black Panther, Andor, Willow, and more in the near future. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone. It really, really helps the show. And you can visit our website, thetelescopeshow.com, to listen to all of our episodes. And feel free to reach out. We would love to pray for you and encourage you in any way we can. Until next time, love you, take care, God bless. Bye-bye.